Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today we will present about case study 1. Our company name is Kota Sendirian Berhad. So, let's get to it. So, this is our group member. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Leonor Shada and today I'm going to talk about abstract. The primary objective of our team is undertaking this assignment is to put into practice the basic accounting that we have learned in the class. Okay, this study is conducted to find out whether the business is making a profit or a loss and whether the company can continue to attract investors to invest in the business and consolidate and expand the business. By recording every transaction done in a journal, ledger, trial balance, statements, profit and loss, and balance sheet statement. The research conducted found that the business experienced profit in the statement profit and loss. Therefore, our group has a lot of interesting information about case study 1, especially the trial balance, profit and loss statement, and balance sheet. In conclusion, our group has accumulated a lot of knowledge that will help us in completing basic accounting tasks. The transaction recording is illustrated in the case study 1.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Azim bin Abbas. My number matric A HFT10203 Today I want to talk about introduction. Accounting is a language of business. Accounting is the practice of keeping track of a company financing transaction, for example, summarizing, evaluation, and reporting this transaction to regulatory bodies. Tax collection organization and oversight agencies are all part of accounting process. Next, there are 5 distinct categories of account, which is revenue, expenses, liability, equity, and assets. Sub-accounts are available for each type of account to record transaction detail. Cash asset, for instance, could consist of multiple savings and cash account. Second, accounts payable, not payable, accrued cost, deferred revenue, long-term bond payable, and other items are included in liability account. Thirdly, common stock, treasury stock, additional paid-in capital, retaining earnings, and other securities are included in equity account. A trial balance is a report that shows a company general ledger account balance as of a specific date. All significant account items, including as asset, liability, equity, revenue, expenses, gain, and loss, are represented by the account on a trial balance. Next, a financial report that displays how much your company has made and spent over a given period of time is called a profit and loss statement. Profit and loss is important for us to know how much a certain company spend, saving profit and loss. To sum up, accounting is a methodical approach to documenting and summarizing financial activity for a company or institution. It supports business in operating accurately, successful, and efficiently across all of their endeavor. Okay, that's all of introduction for me. Thank you.
Next is journal. These transaction records represent a general journal, which serve to document various financial activities. Let's consider an example from October 12, where we observe equipment listed in the debit column and cash in the credit column. At the bottom, we note the description purchase equipment with cash, indicating that this particular transaction involved the purchase of equipment using cash. As a result, our asset experienced an increase in revenue from acquiring the equipment, as it was classified as a fixed asset. This indicates that the equipment is not intended to be sold in the coming accounting year and cannot be easily converted into cash. However, in the process of purchasing equipment, our current asset, particularly cash, will decrease due to the use of cash for purchases. After we finish recording the transaction in the general journal, we also make sure to record them in the ledger. For example, on October 15 in the general journal, we have salary on the debit side and cash in the credit side on the credit side. Now, our objective is to enter this transaction into ledger. The first step involves creating a payroll account. In the debit section, we recorded cash and the amount of Rm6,200 ringgit. After that, on the credit side, we write October 31 as balance CD. This balance CD represents the balance brought down when deducting the closing balance of the ledger from the next accounting period. Following this, we add up the amounts and record November 1 on the debit side, recording it as balance BD. The balance BD acts as the opening balance of the ledger, which is taken from the previous accounting period. Next is trial balance. The first step is to determine the balance of each amount. For example, we may observe from the ledger that the balance for each account is 525,006 ringgit. Following that, we include all of the accounts, which include cash, capital, computer, rent, equipment, sales, customer 1 and customer 2, wages, drawings, utilities, and expenditure accounts, with the amount placed in separate debit and credit columns. Next, we sum the debit and credit columns separately. So lastly, we get the same amount for debit and credit, which is 704,600 ringgit. Next is profit and loss statement. The first component found in the profit and loss statement is sales. Sales amount to 59,000 ringgit minus a salary of 62,000 ringgit and a gross profit of 52,800 ringgit. Next, the gross profit is deduct from the expenses, which is 21,300 ringgit. So the net profit is as much as 31,500 ringgit. Lastly is balance sheet. Fixed assets, which are equipment and computer, have been added to 139,000, and then current assets, which are cash, customer 1 and customer 2, have been added and become 577,600 ringgit. After that, fixed asset and current asset are added and becomes 716,600 ringgit. Next, the owner's equity is deducted from the drawings and added to the net profit, and the amount is deducted from the accrued expenses, and the total amount is 625,400 ringgit.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Maizatul Ashikin, and today I want to present about the usefulness of the statement of profit and loss. The first one is determining the performance of a business. It can make critical to its success, and profit and loss plays an important role in measuring its overall effectiveness. It also provides valuable insights to leaders, empowering them to make informed decisions that can significantly impact the company's future trajectory. With profit and loss management can determine which activities are generating a return on investment and which are losing money, and then take appropriate action. The secondly is make informed business decision. Profit and loss empower business leaders and managers make decisions about resource allocation in a business. They can identify areas of strength, weakness, assess the profitability to various operations, and determine the most effective way to allocate resource to maximize profit and minimize loss. Thirdly is attract investors. Profit and loss is important for organization to apply for a small business loan or to obtain funding from investors. It is important for investors to assess the financial of an organization by comparing expenses, taxes, and debts. And it's also allow investors to ensure the viability of the business in the organization. Also provide financial assistance to the organization is a safe and beneficially endeavor. And lastly is meet legal requirements. A business must legally submit financial statements, including profit and loss statements. Failure to comply with these legal obligations may result in the organization being subject to penalties and fines. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sharafana Liana binti Shaharuddin. I will present about the usefulness of the balance sheet statement. Balance sheet statements are to help investors in making decisions, especially when it comes to choosing the right company of investment purpose. To assess an organization's financial position, investors usually start by examining its balance sheet. Next is determinant of risk and return. Determinant of risk and return are important factors that organizations must consider to effectively manage their financial stability and avoid potential to bankrupt. By understanding and actively managing these determinants, organizations can reduce risk and ensure their long-term success and sustainability. The last one is enable financial analysis. Financial analysis can be facilitated through the use of balance sheet, which provide organizations with a comprehensive understanding of their liquid position. By examining the balance sheet, organizations gain valuable insight into various aspects such as the firm cash flow, the current status of trade receivable, and even the frequency of daily transactions. This allows organizations to have a more detailed and accurate assessment of their financial health, allowing them to make informed decisions and plan for the future accordingly. That's all from me. Next, we will continue to conclusion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azib bin Cik Saifullah. Now for the conclusion. Number one, accounting is essential for business to track performance, manage cash, hold to regulation, make informed decisions, attract investors, and maintain transparency. Number two, also known as the income statement, it reveals a company revenues, expenses, gains, and losses over. Number three, this document provides a snapshot and company financial situation at specific point. Number four, analysis of this statement assists business to evaluate performance, managing cash flow, meeting obligation, and understanding their financial structure. Lastly, accurate financial record and analysis provided by the tools helps in attracting investors, securing loans, and maintaining open communication.